Hello everyone, welcome to our lesson 2 of Unit 1, the Geography of China, Part 1, and today we'll be covering pages 6 to 9. Again, there are certain reminders before we begin the lesson. I want all students to have the student handbook ready this time. Keep your GS handbook. If you don't have, you can have your notebook ready. And textbook, workbook is optional, as again, many students may not have it with them. But if you have them, it's excellent. You can refer to those pages. Have your stationery pencil eraser ready with you, and again maintain a good distance from your PC and use headphones if you cannot hear clearly. Okay, so I give you 1 minute to get everything with you besides you so that we can have the lesson running smoothly. Right, let's go to the schedule of the day. Today's schedule is news sharing, that's for 5 minutes, and then we'll have base learning where the teacher will explain the topic that we're going to be doing today, followed by online game that is like for you to consolidate on what you've learned. So you'll be playing a relief slash landform game. And then we'll continue again with the rest of the unit on geography of China, and we'll end it with homework. Student number 20 and 21 were asked to send me the news sharing file or audio file for 5 minutes, but as of now, I haven't received any audio file from any of the student number 2021 from any of the P4 classes. That's P4A, P4B, P4C, or P4D. Student number 20 and 21 in all P4 classes. Let's talk about what landforms and bodies of water are. Like here, you see on this picture, there are different landforms and bodies of water. See, for example, ocean, that's a water body. Island, we all know what island is. It's a piece of land surrounded by water on all its sides. Mountain, most of us, we've seen a mountain, at least in the picture. Volcano, we are all familiar with what volcanoes are and what they can do. Okay, and recently there was one active volcano in the Philippines. Desert, canyon, hill, river, lake. These are the water bodies. Valley, valley is a low land between two mountains. Plain, plain is a flat land where the vegetation doesn't grow to a very big height. It's very, very flat. It doesn't have tall trees or any. Here, the grass grows very, very, very close to the ground. That's a plain, okay? Now, not all countries and all places have all landforms. Let's take, for example, the place where we live, Hong Kong. How many landforms do we have in Hong Kong? Think about it. Hong Kong is an island, so yeah, island, we have one landform. What else? Do we have a volcano in Hong Kong? We don't have that. Do we have a canyon in Hong Kong? No, we don't have canyons in Hong Kong. Do we have hills? We have many hills, right? Hong Kong is surrounded by hills. We do have a water body. We have a reservoir, Taitam Reservoir in Hong Kong. Yeah, we have our seas. So, not all places can have all landforms. Look at this beautiful map of China. It's all shaded in different colors. You can see shades of brown, you can see a little bit of green here, you can see the blue in between, and by this time you should know what the blue stands for and what does the green color stand for. I'm sure you know that. The blue stands for the water bodies and the green stands for vegetation like forests, plants, farming lands. Okay, and what about the brown color? Like, why do they have shades of brown color? You can tell me, Mrs. Desai, brown color is for maybe mountains or rocks. Agreed. But then, why do you have to have different shades of brown? Just to make it beautiful? Or is there a meaning behind when we see a map and when we see different shades of the same color? Is there anything behind it? If you look at the map carefully, look at the eastern part of China. Eastern part of China is not as brown as the western part of China, where you have the Tibet and you have these mountainous regions. When you look at a map, you should be thinking why the eastern part of China is so green and why is the western part so brown? It's so mountainous. Is there a reason behind it? As we see, there are many different landforms we can see here. Right, what are the different landforms can we see here on the map? Okay, one I can tell you, the blue color, that means it's a water body. Green color, that means it could be a forest, it could be plant, it could be vegetation. It's agricultural land, it could be brown, it could be mountain, or it could be a hilly region. Let's look at the side map of China relief or a terrain map. Terrain means the surface of land with different landforms. That's called the terrain. Now, if you look at the terrain of China, it has got the sea, the water body, and then this is a bird's eye view. And then it has a plain. Plain, as I told you before, it's a flat piece of land with minimum vegetation. It doesn't have tall trees or it's just grassland. And then it's plateau. Again, this plateau is similar to plain but at a much higher, at a much greater height. And then you have mountains and then you have hills. So this is the side terrain of China. See, as you can see in the picture above, the sea, okay, and then you have Changjiang Plain, then you have Sichuan Basin, Tibetan Plateau is the world's famous plateau, Tibetan Plateau, and then the highest Himalayan range is the mountain range in China, between China and India. By now, all of you should have a fair idea of what different landforms are and how they are highlighted on a relief map. Okay, so it's time now to play a game. Click on the link below, relief/landform map quiz game, and play the game 5-10 minutes. If you need to stop the video, please stop the video, come back and resume the video again. Hey everyone, let's look at the relief map or terrain map. Here we have this map in front of us and we can tell it shows us the different landforms which are present in this region in China. And you can tell from a relief map, it gives us the height and depth of different landforms in a particular region. If you look at the key in the right hand bottom, you can see it's got different shades and it's got different heights. You can see the 3000 meters, 2000 meters, and so on and so forth. So if you look at the brown color, where is the brown color on the map? It's on the western side. Okay, so you can tell these brown colors represent those big mountains, okay, which are as tall as 3000 and taller than that. So it's a very mountainous region. Now, if you look at the lighter shade, okay, which is nearer to the dark brown color, that is 2000 meters, that means a little smaller mountains. You come to 200 meters. If you see 200 meters, the color is green, dark green to little light green, and you can say it on the eastern side of China, like the northeast China plain, the North China plain. On the eastern side, it's all very green and shades of green. That means it's a plain, okay? And mostly it's agricultural land or it's very fertile land. So here, this relief map, it shows us the different heights and the depths of the landforms that are present in that region. Now, if you see on the eastern side, there are two biggest islands which China has, and they are Taiwan and Hainan, which are circle. These are the two largest islands present in the region. Now, look at the map closely, and you can see three rivers, three blue lines going, one from the north, Huanghe, central, Shangsheng, and at the bottom, it is the Zhuxian. Okay, all these three are the main rivers in China. And if you observe carefully, the rivers, they have their mouth, that means they're flowing into East China Sea, right? So now my question is, why do rivers go into East China Sea? They fall into the ocean on the eastern side and they don't go towards the western side. And why do the three main rivers of China flow into the sea? Well, you need to think about that, okay? Use a relief map to find out, look at it carefully, all the three rivers, where are they originating, why are they flowing into the sea? Think about it, okay? Think about the heights of different parts of China. It's a hint. By now, all of you should know what landforms are, what are the different types of landforms, and landforms are unique for a certain region or place. Now here in this picture, we'll look at different landforms in China. As you can see in the picture, there are different landforms. We have the mountainous region, that's the Himalayan range, which is at the height of 6,000 meters or 8,000 meters, which are the tallest landforms present. Below that, we have the Tibetan Plateau. Again, plateau is a flat plain land, okay, and which is the average height is 4,000 to 5,000 meters. Below that, you have the Sichuan Basin, which is at the height of 1,000 to 2,000 meters. Then we have Changjiang Plain and North China Plain. Again, plain means a flat land, which doesn't change much in height, and plains are one of the major landforms present on the earth. Here, the average height is about 500 to 1,000 meters. Let's look at other landforms in China. Here in this slide, we'll talk about three main rivers in China. Look at these pictures. The first one you see is Huanghe. It's in the northern part of China, and it says it's one of the first region where Chinese people lived in the past. Now, next, go down. It's the Shangxiang, which is in the central part of China, and the lowest plain is Zhuxiang, which is in the southern part of China. Look at this map. It shows us the crops produced in different regions in China. As you can see from the map, at least like more than 95% of the crop is produced in the eastern region of China. Whereas the western region, if you see, like there's only cotton and it's not much being grown there. By now, you should be able to answer that because as we know from the relief map that we looked earlier, the western part of China is very hilly, mountainous, it's a plateau region, whereas compared to the eastern part, which is plain, and also there are three major rivers flowing through the eastern part. What are the three major rivers? Huanghe, Shangxing, and Zhuxiang. These are the three rivers. And to do agriculture, okay, to produce crops, you need to have a lot of water and a lot of plain land, and that's the reason that the eastern region is most suitable for farming. As you can see from the map, that wheat is mainly cultivated in the northern part of China, whereas paddy rice is mainly grown in the southern regions. Now, if I ask you, okay, where can we have abundant supply of seafood? What's your answer? Of course, it's going to be near to the coastal region, okay, in the eastern part near the sea. Agriculture, livestock farming, fishery are the main agricultural activities in certain parts of China. Say, for example, look at pictures 1 and 2, wheat and paddy rice. These are agricultural products, and you need farmland, a plain land with a lot of water if you want to grow paddy rice or wheat. So that's why it's more suited towards the northern region, okay, towards the eastern region, which has got a lot of water, the three rivers, and in the northern part they cultivate wheat, and in the southern part paddy rice is grown. Look at picture 3. It says the northwest plateaus are mainly for livestock farming. Now, livestock farming is like raising cattle, sheep, and it's mostly done in higher region, okay, where there is low temperatures, and the weather is suitable for raising livestock farming. Here, the sheep, they have a lot of wool around their body to cover them, to protect them from the cold weather, and they make use of the wool for making, uh, many things. Homework time. Okay, there are two worksheets attached in the Google Classroom as homework. One is worksheet 1.3, glossary. You need to copy all the words in your GS handbook. That's number one. And then you need to take a picture and upload the homework in Google Classroom. Next, you have Google Form which is marked as homework, and in which you have to answer, I think, around 5 to 6 questions based on the maps given to you. And again, you need to submit the answers because these homeworks will be marked as homework. Okay, so I need the homework, you need to upload them. Goodbye and see you soon.